Hey everyone, it's Dusty Go-Go. Welcome back to my headcanon. Today we have a huge rumor about Pokemon Legends Arceus. The person who wrote this details over 15 regional Hisuian form Pokemon. Alright, get comfortable everyone. I'm drinking LaCroix today. If you have not yet, consider subscribing. This is the #1 place for Pokemon rumors, speculation, and celebration. So this rumor is titled Legends Arceus Leak. The first line of text says that there are 210 Pokemon total in the game. This is something that I think a lot of people aren't talking about. For how long and consistently the Pokemon community talks about the national decks and not having all of their favorite Pokemon in a game. People love Pokemon Legends Arceus, but no one's talking about how many Pokemon is expected to be in these games. I personally feel like 210 could be a real number. I would say something closer to 300 might be a little bit more accurate. But to be honest, 210 Pokemon, that's more than the original Kanto game. That's a little bit under how many Pokemon were available in Johto. What I don't want is to be traversing through Hisui and continuously running into Bidoof, Toxicroak, Shinx. I want each area of the region to feel unique and to be a new habitat for a variety of Pokemon. Speaking of Hisuian habitats, the next line of text is Hisuian Meowth. Like I said, there's like 15 regional Pokemon listed here. Regional Pokemon, regional evolutions, and they've all been designated a specific type. So first up is Hisuian Meowth, and this Meowth is apparently going to be dragon type. So that seems very alarming, but I think in the last 5 years, I hope you as well, but I have come to realize that the dragon type does not mean reptile. The dragon type is more than the flying beast that roams around in our imagination. The dragon type represents internal energy, untapped potential, space, and travel. It's essentially like a dark magic. That being said, it's still hilarious and also amazing that Hisuian Meowth could be a dragon type. Meowth could have a dragon type before Eevee gets a dragon type. Eevee was supposed to have dragon type back in 2013 when it got Sylveon as an evolution. Like, what would the Pokemon company even do design-wise to make Meowth look like a dragon? You know, if you look at the eye of a cat, it's kind of freaky. You know, show me a good design and I could get on board with this. Next up, we have Hisuian Mankey. This is the coolest thing. It becomes ice and fire type, which I think kind of already exists. I guess we already have an ice-fire monkey with Darmanitan, but actually, I think Hisuian Mankey could easily be based on those monkeys that utilize the local hot springs. I feel like it's been fan art. I feel like fan art has depicted an ice-type Mankey for the longest time. Usually I see it as an ice and fighting type, but ice-fire is a great implementation. This is excellent. Oh man, Hisuian Raikou. Okay, we have all of these. So the 3 Johto legendary beasts, Hisuian Raikou, Hisuian Entei, and Hisuian Suicune. That last one's tough to say. These 3 Pokemon get new types. Raikou becomes a ground type, Entei becomes a rock type, and Suicune becomes an ice type. I think those are all fitting. Raikou is electric, right? Thunder. What is the opposite of thunder? It's ground type. The opposite of electric is ground. Entei becomes a rock type. Entei is like the volcano Pokemon. I think rock fits that perfectly. They could even lean into what a Hisuian Growlithe is leaning into with those I think they're Chinese statues. And then it says Hisuian Suicune is going to become an ice type. That works. I think it's a little bit too close to the water type. I would actually prefer Suicune to become a flying type, a pure flying type. In their origin story, Suicune represented the storm, the rain that put out the burnt tower. And I guess flying would be a little bit more interesting, but a pure ice Suicune, that would look kick-ass. I think that would look so cool. And what's really nice, this is great. It says that all of these Pokemon can be ridden. So we saw the footage of Weirdeer being ridden across the Hisui region. If they can be ridden, these are like late game trophies. So these are final bosses, right? You defeat them, you capture them, now you can use them to traverse the region. That is awesome. That is awesome. And it really gives some additional customization to your character, but then also your playthrough, right? Like you beat the game, you don't have to ride the Stantler that everyone else rides. You can ride Entei, right? I am gonna ride Raikou because Raikou is my favorite. So up next we have Hisuian Bagon. This one's a little bit different. It doesn't actually give a type. If we had to speculate real quick, I think a rock type, rock flying. Bagon's whole backstory is that it continuously jumps off cliffs because it wants to fly so badly, eventually evolving into Salamence. Because these Hisuian forms take place in a previous point in time, maybe this is before Bagon is able to fly, and before Bagon's DNA allows it to evolve into a Salamence. So you have a dragon type, it keeps jumping off cliffs, it never learns to fly. So it never becomes that flying type. Maybe it only gets harder and harder and harder. Maybe evolving into Shelgon with a full rock shell. From there, maybe it evolves into another dragon, but it's truly just hard as can be. A little bit maybe resentful that it never learned how to fly, representing a person who never lived up to their dreams, up to their potentials. I would love to see that Salamence, whatever that might be. Now it says Hisuian Audino. Yeah, I don't want any more Audino. I don't want any more Indeedee. None of those. They're just really boring. But it says Audino is going to be Ghost and Psychic type. That is a lot different because typically it's just normal type. That's fine. It makes it even more of a counterpart to Indeedee. And now we have Bushaline. It's going to be Dragon and Fighting type. Evolution of Meowth. Okay, so Meowth does not evolve into Persian. It evolves into this new Pokemon, Bushaline, Dragon Fighting type. You know, I really got to look up some images of what this Meowth could look like because nothing's really coming to mind. I like the Fighting type. It makes me think that it might go back on it might remain on its hind legs, similar to Berserker. And then we have Climape. This seems to be the evolution of Mankey, still an Ice and Fire type. And it's used for climbing, so I guess this Pokemon might be the ride Pokemon, the substitute for Rock Climb. So you're just gonna hang on for dear life to this. No way! Oh, Spookion. What a stupid name, but a Ghost type evolution for Eevee. Why does it not get Dragon type? I feel like Eevee needs to get the Dragon type, but you know, if this does become real, God bless. I want Eevee to just dip its toe into the so like you guys know about the physical special split and how Eevee, all of its evolutions all fall under this special category. I want Eevee to dip its tail into the physical evolutions because that could just be a whole domino. Unless Pokemon has a 100-year plan where it's gonna introduce one Eeveelution every 10 years. Actually, yeah, I think it's been 9 years since Sylveon was announced. So maybe this is real, and I think we are due for a new Eeveelution. Okay, now the Bagon evolution, Saigon. It's gonna be Dragon Psychic type. All right, there we go. And then Soramander. So that's the Salamence. Soramander. What a name. That's also Dragon Psychic type, and it's an evolution of Saigon. So it seems like Bagon doesn't use its wings, but simply is able to soar over Hisui in the Hisui region. Then we have Bybatter. It's a water fighting, an evolution of Bibarel. That's great. That is really cool. That is essential, honestly. That is essential. How cool was it when Zigzagoon got some love? That is hilarious. Honestly, yeah, that's hilarious. So a fighting type beaver could either use its tail as a weapon, or it uses weapons made of wood as tools of war. Continuing, we have Vespinin, a fighting bug type, an evolution. So this is an evolution of male Combee. Very cool. I think a lot of people do want this. I personally don't think this makes any sense though. For all the lost souls who were able to get a shiny Combee that couldn't evolve, this is what you need. But I honestly don't agree with this. That's not how beehives work, right? There's a queen. Everyone's a worker, then there's a queen. Now we have Spiritomb, which is a ghost rock. An evolution of Spiritomb is a giant made of stone with a ghostly head. It wanders the land and can invade random battles where it can either attack you or the Pokemon you're battling. I feel like the whole thing of Spiritomb is that it's bound by the stone. What really should happen is that it becomes free of the stone. I don't like that it's being bound to the stone even more. But maybe this makes sense because the Hisuian forms are supposed to be back in time. Maybe back in this time, Spiritomb was fully intact with its stone prison. We've got Origin Dialga and Origin Palkia. Both of these Pokemon have the same typing as they typically do. Dragon Steel, Dragon Water, respectively. This giant cataclysmic battle at the end of Legends Arceus. Arceus is the villain. You know, that's Toby's theory. And then you have to team up with, or maybe unleash, whether Dialga or Palkia. They're in their origin form, similar to Primal, Groudon, and Kyogre. You unleash these creatures and they do battle, right? And then at some point you capture one of them. Or maybe you don't even capture them. Maybe you just, I mean, it's a Pokemon game. You're gonna capture these Pokemon. And then it says there's a Giratina Absolute. Oh, Giratina Absolute has the question mark, question mark, question mark. Guys, this is insane. So Arceus, so there's a Giratina Absolute and an Arceus Absolute. Arceus Absolute has 2 typings that can be customized to get whatever combination you want. So the Absolute Arceus is everything. Giratina Absolute is nothing. That's insane. I love that concept. So it's truly nothing. It has no types. It has no weaknesses, no strengths. It's nothing. It's nothing. And then Arceus Absolute is everything. It can be any type you want. That's some really cool headcanon. Let's see if any of this turns out to be real. I'll be honest, I'm a little sus reading this because there really weren't that many rumors in the last few weeks. And now that we got new trailers for BDSP and Legends Arceus, part of me feels like, okay, people are thinking, they're just posting whatever they see online, but how cool would this be? I think there's a lot of cool stuff here. I don't love the Sauramander. I kind of like my idea better. The Hisuian Johto beasts are insane. I love the Mankey. Meowth is great. Man, I can't wait to play Pokemon Legends Arceus. What Pokemon do you think needs a regional form in Pokemon Legends Arceus? Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free, right? Thank you so much for watching, and good luck hunting.